Today's lesson is Chapter 2, Lesson 4 on mixed numbers. A mixed number is a number that contains both a whole number and a fraction. For example, 4 and 1/3. We say the whole number first, 4, then use the word and then read our fraction. 4 and 1/3. Sometimes it's going to be really helpful to have mixed numbers to work with, because they're just going to be easier to look at. 4 and 1/3 we know is about 4. But if we have some large fraction, it may not be as easy to tell approximately what the size is. So these are going to be convenient to work with. But we're also going to need to know how to convert from mixed numbers to fractions, and from fractions back to mixed numbers. Let's try this one first, going from the mixed number that we already have on the board to a fraction. To do this, I use the following symbol. Kind of looks like a check mark, but it's got a slash here and a slash here. This helps me remember what steps I have to follow. Starting from my whole number, we're going to go down and to the right, and that slash looks like a multiplication sign, so we're going to multiply. 4 times 3 gives us 12. Then we're going to keep following the symbol as it goes up. And here, the slash looks like an addition sign, so we're going to add. 4 times 3 was 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. Our denominator is going to stay the same. That's really important. The denominator is not going to change. So we see that 4 and 1/3 is the exact same thing as 13/3. 4 and 1/3 is a little bit easier to look at. It's a little bit easier to tell how big that actually is. But 13/3 is going to be a lot more useful when we're adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, all those other things. Especially multiplying and dividing. Now let's try one going in the opposite direction. We're going to try and turn 25/6 into a mixed number. The way to do this is to remember that all a fraction really is a division problem. If you look at a fraction, it actually even looks exactly like the symbol for division. Something on top with a long line in the middle, and something on the bottom. By the way, this symbol is called an obelisk, just in case you were ever wondering. So to turn this fraction into a mixed number, we're just going to divide. We take a 25, just going to kind of tip over, and we're going to divide by 6. Our numerator divided by our denominator, 25 divided by 6. 6 goes into 25 4 times. Multiply, we get 24. Subtract, we get 1. 1 is less than 6, so we're doing okay. Now remember, when we're turning this, we don't use remainders anymore. So when we're turning this into a fraction, this is going to be perfect, because we've already learned that what we have left over, our remainder, simply becomes our new numerator. And our divisor stays our denominator. So we see that 25/6 is the same thing as 4 and 1/6. Now let's try a problem for you to do on your own. The problem I'd like you to do on your own is to turn 7 3/8 into a fraction. Hit pause now, and when you hit play, I'll show you the answer. The answer to this problem was 59/8. We did 7 times 8 is 56, plus 3 gives us 59, and our denominator stays the same, 59/8. Let's try one more. The last problem I want you to try is to turn 42/3 into a mixed number. And I'll warn you now, there's a little bit of a trick on this one, so don't get too upset if you have a problem. The answer to this problem was 14. Now, some of you may have been a little bit confused, because when you did your division, you found that 42 divided by 3 was 14, but there was nothing left over. That gave you nothing to put as a numerator, so there was no need to make a mixed number. That's okay. Sometimes when we're converting fractions into mixed numbers, we'll see that our answer is just a whole number, and that's fine. If you got that right, really good job. If not, now you know for now.